Have you ever avoided skirts because you thought showing your legs was the only elegant option? The truth is, midi and maxi skirts might be the most flattering pieces you're not wearing. There's a reason sophisticated women over 50 are rediscovering longer lengths. They create grace, proportion, and timeless femininity in ways that shorter hemlines simply can't match. And once you understand how to choose and style them properly, you'll wonder why you ever doubted their elegance. Because refined style isn't about exposure, it's about proportion. There's a particular hesitation that settles in when women over 50 consider longer skirts. You remember being told that hiding your legs means hiding your youth, that short is modern and long is matronly. And so you've avoided midi and maxi lengths, even as your body has been quietly asking for them. But here's what shifted. Your relationship with your legs changed. The constant awareness, the maintenance, the exposure. It all started feeling like work rather than confidence. And meanwhile, something deeper was calling. A desire for grace over revelation, for elegance that moves rather than reveals, for clothing that makes you feel beautiful without demanding constant self-consciousness. Longer skirts aren't about hiding, they're about discovering that the most feminine silhouette is often the one that flows rather than clings, that suggests rather than shows. Today, I'm revealing everything you need to know about choosing and styling midi and maxi skirts after 50, from understanding which lengths flatter most to discovering the fabrics that create movement, and the styling secrets that make these pieces look sophisticated rather than costume-like. This isn't about following trends. This is about understanding how longer lengths create proportion, elegance, and that effortless femininity that becomes even more powerful with age. So if you've been curious about midi and maxi skirts, but uncertain where to begin, this is your complete guide to making them your most elegant choice. Let's discover why longer might just be your most flattering length. First secret, the midi sweet spot. Here's where understanding longer skirts begins. The midi length, falling somewhere between your knee and ankle, is perhaps the most universally flattering hemline for women over 50. Not quite full length, which can overwhelm petite frames, but long enough to create graceful proportion and elegant coverage. The sweet spot? A hem that falls at the slimmest part of your calf, typically mid-calf or just below. This length shows your most elegant leg line while creating the kind of sophisticated silhouette that makes people look twice. A midi skirt in soft wool crepe with a fitted sweater tucked in creates instant polish. A flowing midi in silk with a simple tee and blazer suggests effortless elegance. The midi length elongates your legs rather than cutting them, especially when paired with shoes in a similar tone. And emotionally, there's something liberating about this length. You're not worrying about sitting carefully or constant awareness of your hemline. You're simply dressed beautifully and moving through your day with grace. Tout. Second secret, fabric creates movement. Not all midi and maxi skirts communicate the same elegance, and the difference lives entirely in fabric. After 50, you want skirts in materials that move when you walk, that create gentle flow and graceful draping rather than stiff structure or limp shapelessness. Lightweight wool crepe that holds a beautiful line while allowing movement. Silk that catches light and flows like water. Quality jersey with enough weight to drape without clinging. Even substantial cotton or linen blends that have both body and swing. Avoid fabrics that are too stiff, standing away from your body awkwardly, or too thin, revealing every contour beneath. The perfect fabric creates movement that's visible but never excessive. A gentle sway when you walk, a graceful drape when you stand. Try this in the fitting room. Move, turn, sit. The fabric should flow with you, settling beautifully without bunching or clinging. When fabric has this quality, longer skirts become dance rather than costume. Chamberlain secret: waistband height matters. This transforms everything about how midi and maxi skirts look on your body. Choose skirts with waistbands that sit at or slightly above your natural waist. Not low rise that shortens your legs and creates unflattering proportions, but that classic mid to high waist that creates a long, elegant line from waist to hem. When the waistband is right, several things happen. Your legs look longer, even in a long skirt. Your waist appears more defined without actually being cinched, and the skirt creates one beautiful vertical sweep rather than cutting your body in awkward places. A high-waisted midi in charcoal with a cream tucked-in blouse creates sophisticated proportion. A maxi skirt with a defined waistband paired with a fitted turtleneck suggests elegant simplicity. The key is that the waistband should feel comfortable, supportive, without being constricting, and should create clean lines without visible bulges or gaps. When waistband height is right, even the simplest skirt looks expensive and intentional. Fourth secret: the tuck-in creates proportion. Here's a styling secret that makes all the difference. When wearing midi and maxi skirts, always tuck your top in at least in the front. This creates the defined waistline that prevents longer skirts from looking overwhelming or shapeless. A full tuck works beautifully with fitted tops. A half tuck, just the front corners tucked loosely, works with more casual styles. Even a French tuck, casually tucking just the front center, creates that crucial definition. The tuck does several things simultaneously. It shows you have a waist, creating proportion between top and bottom. It prevents your torso from looking elongated and your legs from looking short. And it adds polish and intention to even the most casual outfit. Try a silk midi skirt with a simple white tee tucked in and a cognac belt at your natural waist. The combination is effortlessly sophisticated. The tuck transforms the outfit from potentially frumpy to undeniably elegant. Fifth secret: shoes must have substance. The shoes you wear with midi and maxi skirts are doing critical work, and most women underestimate their importance. After 50, you need shoes with enough presence to balance the volume and length of the skirt. Not delicate sandals that disappear beneath the hem, making you look bottom-heavy, but shoes with substance. Low block heels that create a foundation, substantial loafers that offer refined polish, ankle boots that show just enough beneath the hem, or wedges that provide height with stability. The key is that your shoes should feel proportionate to your skirt, creating visual balance rather than disappearing or competing. With midi skirts, you want shoes that show beneath the hem but don't fight the length. With maxi skirts, your shoes should peek out just enough to create a finished look. And here's the color secret. Shoes in a tone similar to your skirt create the longest, most elegant line. A navy midi with navy shoes, a cream maxi with nude heels. This tonal harmony makes your legs appear endless. Sixth secret: monochrome maximizes elegance. If you want to look instantly taller and infinitely more sophisticated in longer skirts, dress in one color from head to toe. A charcoal midi skirt with a grey sweater and charcoal shoes. A cream maxi with an ivory top and nude heels. Navy skirt with a navy blouse and navy loafers. When you create this unbroken vertical line, something remarkable happens. All the visual breaks that can make you look shorter simply disappear. There's no contrasting waistband cutting you horizontally. No different colored top stopping the eye at your middle. Just one long, elegant sweep of color that makes even petite women look statuesque. This is quiet luxury at its most refined, sophisticated color coordination that looks expensive and intentional without being matchy-matchy. The beauty of this approach is that even if you're petite, even if you've always worried that long skirts make you look shorter, the monochromatic effect creates such powerful vertical lines that length becomes elegant rather than overwhelming. Seventh secret: A-line silhouettes flatter most. When choosing between skirt silhouettes, the A-line shape fitted at the waist and gently flaring to the hem flatters the widest range of bodies after 50. Not pencil skirts that cling to every curve and require careful walking. Not full circle skirts that can add volume where you don't want it. But that gentle A-line that skims your hips, creates graceful movement, and allows natural stride. An A-line midi in soft wool creates professional elegance. An A-line maxi in flowing fabric offers bohemian sophistication. This silhouette works because it suggests your shape, without revealing everything, creates proportion without constriction, and moves beautifully when you walk. The gentle flare means you can take full steps comfortably, sit easily, and move naturally. And visually, the A-line creates that classic, timeless silhouette that never looks dated or trendy, just eternally elegant and utterly wearable. Eighth secret: balance length with fitted tops. Here's the proportion rule that makes longer skirts work beautifully. Balance their volume and length with definition above. Never pair a midi or maxi skirt with oversized flowing tops. You'll look shapeless and overwhelmed by fabric. Instead, choose fitted or semi-fitted tops that show you have a body. A tucked-in fitted turtleneck creates clean lines and proportion. A silk blouse worn tucked suggests feminine elegance. Even a simple fitted tee under a blazer creates the definition needed. The top creates shape and shows your shoulders and waist. The skirt creates flow and grace. Together, they create the fitted ease conversation that elegant dressing requires. Try a black midi skirt with a white fitted crew neck sweater. Tucked in, the contrast between fitted top and flowing bottom creates instant sophistication. Or a cream maxi with a camel-fitted turtleneck and cognac accessories. The tonal harmony with defined proportions creates the kind of effortless elegance that looks expensive without trying. Midi and maxi skirts after 50 aren't about following trends or hiding your legs. They're about discovering that the most elegant proportion is often the one that creates length, that allows movement, that suggests femininity without demanding exposure. When you find skirts in that perfect midi sweet spot, in fabrics that flow beautifully, with waistbands that create proportion, styled with tucked-in tops and substantial shoes, often in monochromatic harmony, you're not dressing longer, you're dressing smarter. Because this is what style wisdom offers you, the understanding that elegance was never about how much you showed. It was always about proportion, movement, and the kind of graceful presence that longer skirts create so beautifully. You're not covering up. You're creating a silhouette so elegant, so intentionally proportioned, that people see your confidence and grace before they ever think about hemlines. If today's guide opened your eyes to the elegance of longer lengths, if you're ready to try midi and maxi skirts with new understanding and confidence, then join this community of women rediscovering timeless femininity. We're not following rules about what's appropriate or chasing trends about what's current. We're learning what actually flatters our bodies and honors our desire for grace over exposure. Subscribe to continue this journey together, because you deserve skirts that make you feel elegant and comfortable simultaneously. You deserve to understand that longer can mean more flattering, more sophisticated, more you. And you deserve to discover that the most beautiful hemline is always the one that creates proportion, allows movement, and makes you feel like the most graceful version of yourself.